Hi everyone and welcome to Communication 1311, Fundamentals of Human Communication. My name is Valentin Guerra and I'll be your professor for this class. This class is online asynchronous, 100% online class. We will not be meeting, but I do have some methods of communication so we can have constant conversations and as well how you can contact me. My office hours are by appointment only. You need to request it so we can meet via Zoom. My email is valentin.guerra@utrgv.edu, as well as my cell phone number. You have it in there. So we have a full complete semester. Let me just go over the syllabus with you. One of the things that I do want to note is to go ahead and click in this link to join the WhatsApp community and group for our class. I'll be sending information in there, as well as I'll be using that community to create groups for your group assignments. So this class is created to introduce what communication studies is for all of you, explore fundamental principles of human communications, and it has two main objectives. You will learn to adapt and deliver both verbal and nonverbal messages to communicate effectively with your family, friends, and coworkers, and also you will develop the skills to create and present a persuasive presentation successfully. So, at the end of this course, you will be able to effectively become a communicator in both your personal and your professional lives. The learning objectives for this course is that you need to understand and apply the 5 principles of human communication, value and recognize the 5 principles of human communication during personal and professional conversations, analyze and manage interpersonal conflict effectively, engage in effective group and team communication, develop, organize, and deliver a persuasive presentation, and value and recognize an effective persuasive presentation. The course has several assignments. One of them is the chapter quizzes. There are going to be 10 quizzes. 9 of them will be weekly course content for 9 chapters of the book, while 1 quiz will support your persuasive presentation. Additional information is in Brightspace. All information should be ready for you as soon as you log in. Each quiz contains 10 questions, and each quiz is worth also 10 points. You will have about 20 minutes to complete each quiz. There are also 5 essay journal question answers. There are 4 journals to encourage reflection on bi-weekly course concepts, while 1 supports a persuasive presentation that you will do at the end of class or the semester. Each journal guides you to connect course material to your personal experiences, real-world examples, and develop ideas related to our final presentation project. Now, Journal 5, like I said, there's 4 journals of reflection. Journal 5 is a presentation plan. Well, you will submit a presentation plan, choosing the topic for your presentation, the 3 main points, and a propositional statement that is APA with a minimum of 3 sources as a reference page. There is no final exam, but you do have a final persuasive presentation that includes an outline. This is done in a group. You will be grouped together and you will develop, organize, and deliver that persuasive presentation as a group. The assignment details and evaluation criteria will be provided, and there are also available already on Brightspace. This presentation is worth about 200 points of the course. You should be well prepared, practice, and deliver this professionally. All of you must cover all components of the outline, starting with an introduction. Before completing your oral presentation, you must create a presentation plan to help you organize to develop this content, and that will be Journal 5. A quick point breakdown. Like I said, there's 10 quizzes, 10 points each. That's a total of 100 points. 5 journal questions, 20 points each. That's another 100 points. The speech critique that you will be doing, that's 50 points. And the persuasive assignment, it's a total of 200 points. That includes the persuasive outline, the peer evaluation, and your persuasive presentation. There's a motivation score of 50 points that will also be added, totaling to 500 points. The grades will be distributed from an A to an F, depending on how many points you accumulate. There are required readings weekly. The textbook for this class is Communications Principle for a Lifetime. In here, I mentioned 8th edition, but they just published the 9th edition. They should both be available. You can use either or. The publisher, if you want to do the e-version, I think it only has the 9th edition. If you find the 8th, that's fine. You can use use copy if you want to. Just make sure that the chapters is what is available in the calendar. The tentative calendar for our course is divided in 15 weeks, as you see here. 16 if you consider the course evaluation. Every week we start with each chapter. You will have a quiz every week and then a journal every other week that will be encompassing reflections of the chapters covered. So journal 1 will cover reflections on chapter 1 and 2. Quiz 1 is on chapter 1, quiz 2 on chapter 2, and so on and so forth. We continue that until we get to the journal 5. After quiz 9, you will do the review of persuasive presentation assignment, and that will be quiz 10, which is the acknowledgement for your speech, and the proposal plan, which is journal 5. After that, we still have a couple of chapters. There's no quizzes for those anymore. And then you have your persuasive presentation rough draft, critique of speeches, the speech outline, and then the submission of your persuasive presentation on the week of December 5th. Course evaluations that will be open probably on week 14 of November 22nd to 28th. So make sure that you submit that. You will have, I believe, until December 12th to submit your course evaluations. What will give you access to your grades at normal rate. I believe they still hold grades if you do not complete a course evaluation. Now this is very important because it gives me feedback as a professor on what worked and what didn't work, what we need to change for the course. There's no attendance policy. I just like to put these here in the syllabus because I had to place it by policy. You are allowed to use artificial intelligence, but I don't want anything that is just prompted, you get generated, and then you just submit. Make sure that you read your submissions, you edit them, and I will say use an AI to maybe correct your grammar, correct your writing, and make sure that you're answering the questions. I am expecting to create some writing tutors for the journal questions and for the outline to support you with that. And I will place them with links on Brightspace. Now let's go real quick into Brightspace and show you how the class is set up. When you log into Brightspace, you will select the class and you will have the Get Started, the textbook, the schedule, the weekly modules. You will also see the calendar of events of what's due in here, and you will start seeing my weekly announcements or sometimes additional announcements in here. Go ahead and click on Get Started. In the Get Started, you will see my welcome, greeting you to class. You will learn a little bit about me. There's the syllabus. Again, you can also click in here or click right here for the Brightspace syllabus. More information about me. Some of the information might seem repetitive, but if you don't find it somewhere, you will find it in another place. Email, WhatsApp link to join the class. The grade distribution scale. Again, the link for WhatsApp. Information about the textbook. I did add the first 3 chapters to give you some time to get the textbook for course. And then the course schedule. And then lastly will be the weekly modules. Everything is set up in here by the 15 weeks. You have a video chapter that I created and generated to explain the information in chapter 1. You also have the PowerPoint for chapters. You will have a podcast of a conversation about what's happening on chapter 1 if you rather be auditory learner. The quiz that will be due on August 29th, quiz 1, and then the actual chapter PDF from the book, chapter 1. It continues the same for week 2, just adding the journal 1, week 3, all the way to week 9, where you have your last quiz technically. And then week 10 is when we start with the quiz 10, that will be the group project acknowledgement, and the proposal plan is journal 5. Here is where you will find the information for the group persuasive project. Again, week 10 is a group persuasive project information. You have instructions, you have rubrics, sample topics, persuasive sample outline, the speech outline template. So this is a sample already filled in. This is a template. Make sure that you keep all this formatting, because this is APA citation and this is what needs to be turned in exactly with this formatting. So look at the sample, look at the template. There's some cheat sheet in here for your persuasive speech, and then your journal 5 proposal and your quiz 10 submission. Week 11 also has the videos in the podcast 12 for those chapters that we're going to be doing here. And then week 15, it has the persuasive speech and outline, and you will submit also a link of your video recorded of all group members participating in the delivery of the presentation, upload it into YouTube and submitting to me the link. I'll give you more information later during the semester. And then the peer evaluation written reflection. One of the main things that I do want to strive through is that whenever you're submitting anything written, make sure that you check your grammar, you check the structure, and you check also the requirements. So for chapters 1 through 5, here are the instructions. But make sure that the writing guidelines, which is a minimum of 1 page, full page, not half a page, 1 page, full page minimum, maximum of 2 pages, double space, 12-point font, Times New Roman, 1-inch margins throughout. Again, this is APA formatting. You need to make sure that you proofread your responses, use your own examples, and reference the class, the chapter readings for terminology and references. Make sure that you answer all of the questions that are being asked in your submission. When you submit, you need to make sure also that it is submitted as a Word document or as a PDF document. I will not be accepting any pages because they're not able to be open, and I do not have a Mac. So again, if you do have a Mac, make sure you save it as a Word doc or a PDF before submitting, because I will not accept it and will not grade it. No late work is accepted in class unless there's an emergency, and specifically if something that you can let me know in advance, you need to communicate with me as soon as you can. Other than that, I forgot, or any situation like that, you are an adult and you need to be responsible for the deadlines. No late submissions will be accepted. And, well, that's it. That's the intro for the class. I am so excited to see you. I will be communicating with you throughout the week. Feel free to message me, email me. If you have any questions, you have any concerns, I'll be available and respond to you as soon as you can. Have a great first week.